Hello and thank you as we are pretty much closing out George Whitefield. We're into chapter 21 now. So take a listen, tell us what you think, and leave a reply if you wish. Don't forget, hit subscribe. Let's see if we can find it for you. Working on it. Chapter 21. Here we go. George Whitefield.
Oh, no, George. Was he serious?
Serious enough to cancel our passages?
We aren't sailing.
Imperative calls from Georgia. God's clear will to return there quickly. And now this.
And all because the ship's captain decided you might, what did he say, spoil his crew?
Spoil his crew. How little he realizes what Christianity is. A Christian is a better worker. Christ redeems all aspects of a man's life. And if he isn't, well, what's my preaching to you for? You know it as well as I do.
Have you any idea of when we should be able to sail to the colonies?
None. This war is causing no small confusion. British ships are almost afraid to go out into the open seas. The French man-of-wars are everywhere. We must bless God for his goodness. Only he knows when we can sail out.
We greet our friends everywhere with Chapter 21 of Apostle of Two Continents, the story of George Whitefield. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, and comes to you from the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago.
I shall be proud to carry this to the printers for you, Mr. Whitefield. A number of us have been wondering what you were going to do about the accusations.
The charges were strong, sir. I do not enter into a controversy witlessly. It appears that the unsigned originators of the imputation are a number of bishops in the established church itself.
And that explains why they demand that the Methodists separate from the Church of England.
Exactly. In my letter, you will see that I discern no sufficient reason to leave the Church of England and become a dissenter. As a matter of fact, and it's stated there, we will not separate unless we are thrown out.
That is strongly put, Reverend Whitefield.
The opposition was strongly put, sir.
May I read the rest?
Of course. It will be in print very soon. There's no secret about it.
What if the Methodists do incite the rabble? These rabble, my lord, have precious and immortal souls, for which the dear Redeemer shed his precious blood. These, my lord, are the publicans and the harlots that enter into the kingdom of heaven, while self-righteous professors reject it. To show poor sinners the way to God, the Methodist preachers go out into the highways and hedges. If this be vile, by the help of my God, I shall be more vile. I say, yes, very strongly put, sir.
The whole affair reeks of pettiness, hypocrisy, and nothing less than jealousy. I hope this will put an end to it all.
Oh, George, I can hardly believe it. We are really about to sail for the colonies. I shall finally see Georgia, Bethesda, in fact, all that you've told me of in the New World.
It appears that we shall have quite a convoy. Someone has counted upwards of 150 ships that will be sailing with us. This war with France, I suppose they believe we shall be safer in great numbers.
And I've also seen a few British men-of-wars taking up positions in the harbor. Do you think they'll be going along?
I suppose so. I, for one, will be glad to sail no matter who goes along.
Are you all right, George? I notice you've developed a slight cough while we've been here.
It's nothing. You should be used to my inconvenient health by now. Depend on it. If something demanding great energy or clarity of mind is in the offing, George Whitefield will be there, but absolutely dependent upon God to stand up.
Well, I'm happy to say that it isn't quite that bad.
I almost died last night, you know.
George, what went talk?
It's true. You remember that fellow who invited me to dinner?
Of course, you couldn't meet him at the place he recommended, so he came and ate with us. I thought him a little distant, but Nice enough, I guess.
His concentration certainly wasn't what it might have been. Do you know that he was sent to murder me?
Sure.
That's right. Had I been able to meet him for dinner at the inn he'd suggested, I wouldn't be standing here on the deck with you today.
I can hardly believe it.
Oh, someone's always trying to murder me. Satan's representatives are busy. Seems that our friend last night was so stunned by our hospitality that he couldn't go through with it. So you see, my dear Elizabeth, I owe my life in part to you.
Oh, George, I shall thank God every time I pray.
Look, they're bringing up the gangplank at last.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Your excitement will have a long time to cool before we reach America. I suppose we ought to go below and begin making ourselves at home.
George, this storm is so frightening.
We are no less safe here than we would be anywhere else. We are in the everlasting arms.
Not a thing as far as the eye can see, George, except water.
This is much more the usual voyage, Elizabeth. Although I am a bit sorry we were separated from the others by that storm.
Especially with the constant threat of the French.
Wait, listen. Listen.
What is it?
Another ship's been sighted. I'm going topside to see what it is. What are you doing?
Getting prepared for anything, George. We are in danger. I don't want to be without a few essentials. As soon as I am dressed, I shall go on deck and help them in making cartridges.
Cartridges? Elizabeth.
George, this is no time to pamper you. I have to say what I have to say. You are 29 years old. A man, not a little boy. Beyond that, you're a minister of the gospel. It's time to play the man, George. I suggest you get up there and get a gun for yourself. This ship may need defending, and you are not above helping.
I must admit that little talking to spurred me into action. I actually did obtain a firearm and wait to ward off the impending danger.
Until it turned out that the ships we sighted were two that had been separated from that large convoy at the same time we had been.
Well, that was a relief.
The real relief was finally arriving in York Harbor. We were down to nothing but potatoes and water.
We've been afloat for 8 weeks.
I hope someday they shall have more dependable navigation and better schedules. However, I'm glad you arrived so far north. It means a very pleasant surprise for us here in Boston.
Mr. Richards, I hope you aren't planning on George's preaching often.
Elizabeth, please.
You're not feeling well?
The voyage was very hard on him. He hasn't the good sense to refuse an invitation. When he mounted the pulpit in York, the congregation thought he was a dying man come to give his last testimony.
It just may well be that we won't hear George even as much as we'd like. The news of George's arrival reached us. A surprisingly well-organized opposition went into action.
Is that so?
Even the institutions of Yale and Harvard have joined in the opposition.
What seems to be the cause of all this?
I'm afraid you've heard them all too many times, George. Extemporaneous prayers, preaching without notes, preaching outdoors, all the usual.
I suppose someone has brought up my criticizing the clergy openly.
If you ask me, that's the real cause of it all. Not that you're wrong in what you say, but they're not at all happy about being spoken of in this way. However, for once, we have some rather organized anti-opposition, if I might coin the term. Here, take a look at this.
Quite an impressive list of ministers. What's it all about?
Read what it is to which they've signed their names.
We, whose names are undersigned, think it our indispensable duty, without judging or censuring our brethren as cannot at present see things in the same light with us, in this open and conjunct manner to declare, to the glory of sovereign grace, our full persuasion, either from what we have seen ourselves or received upon credible testimony, that there has been a happy and remarkable revival of religion in many parts of this land, through an uncommon divine influence, after a long period of decay and deadness, and a sensible and very awful withdrawal of the Holy Spirit from his sanctuary with men. The present work seems to be remarkable and extraordinary, on account of the number so wrought upon. We never before saw so many brought under so concern, and with great distress, making the inquiry, what must we do to be saved? And these persons were of all ages and character. Well, it would be hard to follow, possibly, but very explicit.
So, you see, Mr. Whitfield, we aren't taking all this opposition sitting down.
I'm highly impressed with your efforts, Mr. Richards, and I hope that we can arrange many meetings while we're in this area.
George, please, try to be moderate in your undertakings.
News has reached us of your early morning meetings, which proved so successful in Scotland. There are many here who think that the same sort of thing might be very effective here.
I've seen God's Spirit very active at 6 in the morning.
George, please.
Now, dear, God knows best.
I'm well aware of that, but does George Whitfield?
Didn't I tell you he was an inventive genius?
What kind of a mind must you have, Mr. Franklin, to construct so many and such diverse things? This musical instrument, these two lensed glasses.
And these experiments with electricity.
Please, you'll have me so impressed with myself, I'll be wanting an introduction next. In case you haven't as yet noticed, Mrs. Whitfield, you are married to a rather brilliant young man.
I've noticed.
So has everyone in Philadelphia. There are those that think George was responsible for the overthrow of that French fort on Cape Breton Island.
That's nonsense. All I did was suggest a motto for the Army's banner and pray with them before they left to seize the fort.
I wouldn't be too modest, George. In all my experiments with electricity, I haven't yet seen the kind of power you seem to wield.
Then forgive me. I must say this. As you grow more and more famous and learnable, as you make more and more discoveries in the mysteries of electricity, I would humbly recommend to you a diligent and unprejudiced pursuit and study of the mysteries of the new birth. It's a most important and interesting study, and a master will richly answer and repay all your pains.
George, that cough ought to be attended to. Have you seen anyone about it?
Too busy. But maybe a good idea.
It is a good idea, George. We're getting you to a doctor as soon as possible.
And so we conclude Chapter 21 of Apostle of Two Continents, the story of George Whitfield. This is another in the series Stories of Great Christians. Comes to you from the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago.
And that concludes another chapter of George Whitfield. And that cough might be really bad, since the next chapter we look at next week is his last. Till then, may the Lord bless and keep you. I look forward to seeing you. God bless. Have a great week and grow in grace.